The American Civil War, spanning from 1861 to 1865, was a pivotal conflict that reshaped the United States. This war was fundamentally a battle between the Confederate States, primarily composed of Southern states that wished to secede from the Union, and the Northern states that constituted the Union. The root of this war lay in the profound and divisive issue of slavery, differing economic structures, and distinct cultural identities that had developed over the decades. The election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860 set the stage for Southern secession. Lincoln, a member of the anti-slavery Republican Party, was perceived as a threat to the Southern way of life, which relied heavily on slavery for agricultural success, particularly in the production of cotton. Consequently, South Carolina was the first to secede, followed by others, ultimately forming the Confederate States of America under President Jefferson Davis. The first shots of the Civil War were fired at Fort Sumter in April 1861, signaling the outbreak of hostilities. Throughout the war, significant battles such as those at Gettysburg and Antietam became symbols of the Union's hard-fought efforts to preserve the nation. Gettysburg, in particular, turned the tide of the war, marking a significant defeat for the Confederacy under General Robert E. Lee. The war was characterized by evolving warfare tactics and innovations such as the use of ironclad ships and trench warfare, which would later become prominent in World War I. Despite early Confederate victories, the Union's advantages in industrial capacity and manpower ultimately proved decisive. The Emancipation Proclamation, issued by Lincoln in 1863, reframed the war as a fight not only to preserve the Union but also to abolish slavery. As Union troops advanced, they increasingly encountered enslaved individuals who sought freedom, further propelling the cause against slavery. By 1865, the Confederacy was weakened, leading to General Lee's surrender to Union General Ulysses South Grant at Appomattox Courthouse. The war ended with a Union victory, the abolition of slavery, and the start of Reconstruction, a contentious and challenging era aimed at rebuilding the nation and integrating formerly enslaved individuals into society. The American Civil War remains one of the most consequential conflicts in U.S. history, leaving an indelible mark on the nation's trajectory and continuing to influence its social and political landscapes.